I'm going to pass around, and I'll give you guys this, if somebody could hand that to me. These are, as I understand it, the pollutants that are coming out of the Lowry landfill. Can you tell me on that list what, if all of these pollutants are treated through your treatment process?
I'd have to look through exactly all of them. I did put together a summary of some of the ones that I know have come up as some concern, and that's in that table with the purple table on one of your sheets. So that really touches base on some more of the radionucleides that I think have raised a little bit more. I would have to go through and look at this to answer specifically your question, though.
But would you say that there are pollutants, toxins, which are not treated through your process?
Well, I wouldn't be able to say either way without looking at data. What I can say is that our recycled water meets all of the state criteria, both for Regulation 84 and Regulation 61, and that we are, I mean, Denver Water, we're absolutely confident based on all of our monitoring and our permit requirements and the fact that we've never had a water quality discharge. We're confident of its safety and that it's an appropriate use of the water.
We understand that you're confident about it, but we know it's trust but verify.
Well, I guess for us, it's always been a question of the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment, the EPA, are the ones that regulate, and then, like, and we mentioned this on the phone, we can't go to every source water and determine what's coming into our raw water system. You know, you have all the drainage around the South Platte, Dillon Reservoir, any one of our systems, we don't monitor everything. And the same thing, I think Larry had raised the question of, well, are you monitoring the pumps at the Lowry landfill? That's kind of an outside source, just like all the other systems that go into Metro wastewater. We don't know who's flushing what down, you know, what toilet or how that all comes. It comes to Metro, and from Metro we test it and pick it up. And so that's just kind of how the system operates. I know there was a request of, do you know exactly what's coming out of Lowry on a regular basis? And we don't monitor that, just as we don't monitor any source water going into Metro Waste. We pick it up at Metro Waste and monitor it from there. Right. And I think Abby did talk, or we mentioned a little bit on the phone, they do a, what do they call it, EJ?
Well, we do some pretty extensive testing.
Or something.
And you know what, I didn't bring the full list again because I was familiar with some of the concerns, and so I put some specific data together. One thing to keep in mind, and again I might be telling you something you already know, is that if you look at these figures, they have 25 gallon per minute rates, and if you think about how much water that is going into Metro's total flow, that's over 100 million gallons per day, this is a fraction of a percentage that's going in as well. And then we get less than 1% of, I think it's less than 0.1% of the total flow into Metro actually comes from the Lowry landfill. The Lowry landfill has to have an industrial discharge permit the same way that a chemical manufacturing company would, or the same way that a commercial laundry would. Anyone who has an industrial type process that discharges to Metro